Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. As usual, we will get a rune, a tarot card, and another rune for each position in clarity and detail for your energetic rune reading here for the week. And then stay tuned at the end because we will get a Soul's Journey Oracle card kind of neatly tying a bow on the energies at the end of the rune reading. So, without further ado, let's get into it, and I hope to earn your subscription today. In your energetic passes, blessings or challenges here with the rune of Yera. This is the rune of that harvest. This is nicknamed the rune of the harvest. Yera means year. This is the cyclical nature of the year, right? The endings making beginnings and beginnings making endings simultaneously. That liminal space in between the conclusion and the beginning of energy. So like at the end of the year when you make a harvest, the ending of the energy and transitioning into the beginning of the energy. And during the harvest, what you sow is what you reap. The actions and the consequences and things like that are very much in that called to learn from, right? That liminal space in between before you can apply it to the next, right? Because during a harvest, you want to learn about what you did with your crop and adjust things so you could have a better yield or higher quality yield or whatever it is, more yield in your next season, right? So whatever that is energetically, this is that kind of a opportunity of review, kind of like when you're singing a note and you need to take a breath to continue to sing the note. This is almost that breath in the middle of that too, like, okay, here we go. So like refreshing kind of in between a beginning and an ending, kind of take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Yeah, endings making beginnings. Looks like this is kind of the card that I believe identifies really well with that. The Six of Swords here clarifies here, Leo, with the moving on to new horizons, crossing that emotional boundary, and getting into a brighter future, closing off, leaving behind those old energies, and taking your swords and your knowledge and your experiences with you. Following your joy, following your bliss. This is Wunjo, the clan flag of joy, bliss, comfort, celebration, happiness. So blessings or challenges with all these energies here in your energetic path here, Leo. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't in your, in your energetic. Now let me just shuffle that back away because we don't do the tarot card right away. Although, everything is divinely guided. So that means that this deck probably needed to be shuffled again, or that card needed to come out. Be interesting if that card still comes out. But let's get that rune first. In your energetic now here, Leo, this is about nullities, your needs, constraints, limitations, balancing out your needs versus your wants, your limitations, your actual limitations versus your perceived limitations, or otherwise known as fears. Card clarifying this, Ace of Swords reversed. Now is not the time to begin the new things. Now is the time to address and balance out your wants versus needs, right? Really address those things in grounded ways and divinely guided ways. So that's kind of in your energetic sphere right now. The rune of Ingwas, the god Ing's rune, the rune is called, Ingwas, the god Ing's rune, and it is also known as the Divine Masculine Healing's rune, or the Divine Masculine's rune, because this is the rune of that stability and knowing that the seed that's planted in the fertile soil will open when it needs to, and that knowingness rather than guessing, and the presence and the faith and the stability and all of that, and that fertile soil, the nurturing that growth of that plant, and knowing that it will open at the right time, it'll grow roots at the right time, it'll grow above soil at the right time, it'll produce a flower at the right time, and a vegetable or fruit at the right time. So, all right, so this is blessings or challenges thereof, and this is the irreversible rune as well. So this is also a good chance to identify that we have aspects of divine masculine and feminine within all of us. This isn't not just one has more ego than the other two, but this is also like that kind of a stoic energy. Blessings or challenges with that, right, as well, with that showing up with the stability in our lives. And how fertile is the soil that we're in right now. Balancing out needs, okay, not being in the energy of really beginning something new. In your near future, it looks like you are into that new thing or the new travel. This is that pilgrimage kind of energy. AWAS, this is an energetic source that's proven itself to you through many circumstances in your life or many instances of your life, like man's best friend, the horse. This is the horse rune. This is about that travel or pilgrimage energy, or being able to lead and be led throughout the journey of life together. All right, whatever this is, that energy could be your relationship with your higher self, your inner child, your divine self source, your divine source, whatever resonates with you. It could be a family member, a pet, or it could be a divine partnership like a spiritual partnership, or romantic or professional. The card clarifying this is Ten of Pentacles reversed. So this looks like maybe a review or not a good opportunity for that abundance investment. It looks like maybe just the review of abundance. Maybe this is not the time to actually literally travel, but look at like maybe places close by that you can afford to travel to. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's get a rune of clarity here for that. I'm not quite sure. So, okay, so this is the rune of manas clarifying. This is the rune of mankind, thinking that you know what comes around goes around, identifying with labels, constraints, limitations, thoughts, beliefs, standards, where you hold your values, where you stand with your place in the world, where you stand with identities and labels, attachments to outcomes, being able to change your mind. How grounded and stable is your energy? How clear are you in it? Are you adapting all the new energies? Are you rejecting them? These are all blessings or challenges thereof in these positions. This will be interesting to see how this unfolds, to see what your more of the clarity in for your rune reading here is. But in your sphere for the influence for the now is the ancient aurochs rune. This is the aurochs is the ancient is the ox rune. So this is that momentum that a large beast might have as it moves forward, right? Short steps at first, but every new step that's more in the momentum, like a downward hill style momentum, is more grounded, more stable, more deliberate, more yeah, and more healthier. It's supposed to be blessings of or challenges thereof. But this is calling into aspects of how are you in your natural vitality, as well as your overall health, energetic health, what you surround yourself with, not just what you eat or drink, but what your diet is energetically. What do you surround yourself with? The people you surround yourself with, the music you listen to, what your habits are, your self-talk, your self-thinking, all of that. That's influencing you greatly right now. Two of Wands reversed. Indecisiveness could be, or this could be also just the uninspired energy, but this could also just be not the time to make a decision, not the time to begin new things, not the time to make a decision. You're already preoccupied with this. Let's see what that rune of clarity here is for this. The rune of Awaz comes up here again. So influence with healthier direction with what you're already invested in is what it looks like. Healthy directions into your new clarity and your new shores, your new, maybe a new relationship, maybe a new dynamic of understanding yourself, applying things into your life. It might not be super abundant energy here in the near future right away, but you're still traveling and you're on this journey together, so that can always be worked on. So you're working right now on your stability and your relationship with this other energetic source, instead of beginning other new things and going on to new horizons. It looks like these lessons, this joy, right? It looks like you want to cross boundaries with this and for this and with this other energetic source in your life here, Leo. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but let's get the rune of what should you do? What's your advice right now? Look at and practice what you preach, how you're manifesting, how you're trailblazing. This is Kanos, the torch that lights the path forward for yourself and for others simultaneously. So showing up for how do you practice what you preach, taking what medicine you're giving out as well here, Leo. So this is also how are you trailblazing? How are you, like the Pac-Man, gobbling up dots moving forward? How are you driving forward in your life? What kind of a path are you moving forward in? What kind of momentum is that driving you in? Or is it healthy? Are you manifesting in healthy directions? Are you showing up and doing your due diligence with all of that? King of Swords says, okay, yeah, get into uniting the new concepts, new ideas, people, thoughts, beliefs, paradigms. Be able to change your mind, but also hold your ground and be very stoic and just. And what your mission is, what your goal is here, is to unite the concepts and the ideas and the thoughts and the standards and all of that, gaining that clarity, right? And the coherence and the cooperation of the different energies in your life. Yeah, beautifully put too. This is clarifying with the rune of Dagas, the rune of day, the transmutation from night into day. This is like night into day or day to night. Take what resonates. This is irreversible rune. This is looking for that divine clarity, like the hourglass tipped on its side. And you have the infinite amount of clarity. Dagas is that divine transmutation kind of energy, balancing out both of those energies, that night and the day. And you're in the middle, like masterfully able to create, like the temperance card almost, and being able to have that masterful balance and ability to change things and have that knowledge and that presence and balance thereof. So you're moving forward with a lot. You're called to move forward in clarity and to change, help unite and change things, like stepping into a leadership role, maybe. Interesting. Maybe take the authority in this dynamic of this relationship, like take the lead and have, like, initiate the conversation, have that, like, open up that the a ground or the meetings or the means to have the conversation or to have the talk. The rune clarifying this is the rune of Manas. Manas, or excuse me, not clarifying this. The rune in your outcome is the rune Manas, which is beautiful. Manas is the, again, rune of mankind, enhanced sense of stability, self-worth, dynamics, being able to change your mind. You're having more of that clarity here in the long run, out in the outcome here of this. Okay, Leo, you are having more of that sense of stability and clarity, where you stand in your place in the world, your sense of identity, self-worth, attachments to labels, thoughts, beliefs, standards, being more able to change your mind and accept new concepts and new ideas. Yeah, beautiful stuff. What's your card of clarity here? The Hanged Man is your card of clarity. So you have a new perspective on things. You have like a new perspective on life and a new perspective on this journey, this travel that you're on. That is so beautiful. Okay, Odin's rune to add to it. This is like the patch that covers Odin's eye. And in this position is, and in the very last spot of the It's one of the more cheeky ways that it could show up in a rune reading, but this is indicative of something that you already know or something that is hidden from you. So the rune clarifying this, I have a completely different rune set. The rune clarifying this is uncovering that mystery. So this is something you already know. So this is like something like an energetic investment, an energetic leap that, yeah, it's not going to have you feeling like super abundant here, like in the, tangible kind of abundance kind of stuff, but you're moving forward with a lot better of a path and that clarity dynamic. And you can always work on that abundance. Right now, you're just healing like that partnership dynamic, and you're going into that energetic investment together, it looks like. With Pertho, the Gambler's Cup here, with that, it's like an initiation process. Yeah, that energetic investment, like the birth of something new, a new perspective. Yeah, initiation, changed perspective, shifted an energetic perspective. Yeah, okay. Beautiful stuff here, Leo. Let me know in the comments below how it all resonates here for you, and leave what doesn't. We're going to get the card of clarity now from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. These are messages straight from Divine, straight from Source, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for today's divinely guided rune reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This says death, and to clarify at the bottom it says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Yeah, it's like the whole, you're getting into that beginning. This whole thing is like this transition into like a long, like, new beginning, but like needing to like balance out some things and get some clarity on some things as you go along here. So let's read more about this card here for you, Leo. The death card, again at the bottom, says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Death is an illusion, Leo. It's a fact that life is a fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited the body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change, because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for relationship or career. The soul lesson may be completed, and it's time to move forward beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared the part of your path and taught you so much. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.